فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب وقرآن مبين ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا ويلههم الأمل فسوف يعلمون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Tonight, inshallah, with the grace and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are starting Surah Hijr and also the 14th juz of the Quran. Surah Hijr is a Makki surah, and as is the usual of Makki surahs, it talks more about the articles of faith, the basic tenets of the beliefs that we are supposed to have, namely the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the finality of the Prophet of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the hereafter, stories about the previous prophets. All of these are to different extent mentioned in the surah. A particular subject of this surah is to clear the name of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam of the things that these people, the pagans of Arabia, the mushrikeen of Makkah, they used to name the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, call him different names. He's a magician, he's a soothsayer, he is an insane person, na'udhu billah. All of these things, they have been, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been consoled, and there has been proof given, evidence given that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is none of those things that you call him sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alif lam ra, again muqatta'at, alif lam and ra. The real meaning of these are only known by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some ulama said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was a secret between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whatever the case may be, for us, we do not have to run after the meanings of these. They are not important for us. The real meaning is known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if somebody claims to know the meanings, they cannot be sure, they cannot be 100% sure that this is the meaning. Nobody can claim with 100% guarantee that this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meant by these. Nobody knows. Tilka ayatul kitabi wa qur'anim mubin. These are the verses of the book and the enlightening Quran. Quran, it is an open book. It is a book that contains meanings and things of instruction for those who pay heed and who really approach the Quran with sincerity. One very important thing to approach the Quran before you approach the Quran is to check your intention, judge yourself. What is my reason for going into the details of the Quran, understanding the meaning of the Quran? Am I doing it because I have a certain preference that this is how my deen should be, and I'm going to try to find the proof, na'udhu billah, in the Quran? So na'udhu billah, try to make the Quran say what I believe rather than I say what the Quran wants me to say. So we have to check our intention, we have to check our approach, and the only short way of understanding the Quran completely and perfectly is through the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the practice of the Sahaba, the teaching that how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained it to the Sahaba, and how the Sahaba brought the meanings of the Quran, a certain verse, into their lives. We have to have a knowledge of that, and that we can only get from authentic scholars of the Quran. رُبَمَا يَوَدُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ كَانُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that on many occasions, the people who have done kufr, the disbelievers, they will wish, alas, they were Muslims, only if they were Muslims. So the ulama have explained that the punishments that will come to the people of disbelief, right from the time of their death, in the grave, on the day of judgment, and renewing punishment, new kinds of punishment with every single passing moment, every single passing time in the hellfire. At every single point, they will dearly wish that, alas, if we were Muslims, only if we had believed, we would have been saved from all of this. So it's not, the punishment of the hellfire is also not stationary. It's not that it's going to stay constant. New kinds of punishments by the one who is the best of creators, who is the limitless creator, whose creation has no limits. He has made it a place of punishment and torment for these disbelievers. It will keep on renewing and giving them different kinds of punishment at every single occasion. They will keep on wishing for forever, if we had only if we had believed. ذَرْهُمْ يَأْكُلُوا وَيَتَمَتَّعُوا وَيُلْهِهِمُ الْأَمَلُ. Let them be, leave them. So there is several ayat of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has addressed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and thus the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where we have been told that do your effort to such an extent and then leave them alone what they are doing. There is different ayat, and you must have heard of those two. Lakum deenukum waliya deen. Say to them that for you there is your return, for us there is, for me there is my return. Similarly, la'allaka bākhi'un nafs. Are you going to kill yourself after those people? So the thing that we have to understand is that what is the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The whole life of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was spent with this dear engraved wish and constant effort that these people would somehow believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They would somehow say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would cry and stand in night in prayer for those people. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would spend his days. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he would travel, make journeys. He would leave no effort, no stone unturned. Somehow, if only these people can come to faith. And he would do it so much that he would start feeling, and Allah will start consoling him, that if these people after all your effort go into Jahannam, you are not responsible. So this is the meaning of these ayat, that don't kill yourself behind those people. A lot of times, may Allah protect us, we approach these ayat in a way that na'uzu billah, we'll sleep all night, we'll be very comfortable in our lives. Calling the non-Muslims to faith is something that we have never done in our lives, or very minimally occasionally. Call our brothers towards goodness as something that we are very shy of doing. We do not regularly do it. We feel shame in doing it. And still, when we read some ayat like this, we say, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, leave them, let them be. Allah said to you is your return, to me is my return. That's not the way it is. The Prophet, look at the effort that the Prophet was doing. He was killing himself. He was dissolving in this wish that they would become Muslims. Then Allah is saying, then after you have done everything, don't worry about them too much. Don't dissolve yourself after them. Don't kill yourself after them. So it's not like you have a full stomach, you have done nothing for your deen, you've never, or rarely or seldom you've called somebody to deen, you have never worried about them, you've never prayed for them, you've never stood at night for them, and you are saying, Allah is saying, Dharhum, leave them, whatever they are, it's not my responsibility. It's not like that. We should be ashamed of ourselves if we think and try to say to people that, just focus on your own self and forget about others. No. Anyway, then leave them. The ayah says, يَأْكُلُوا وَيَتَمَتَّعُوا وَيُلْهِهِمُ الْأَمَلُ فَسَوْفَ يَعْلَمُونَ. Let them eat and enjoy, and let their fancy make them neglectful. Amal. So these three things, ulama have said that these are the features of kuffar. These are the features of disbeliever. Making eating, which involves fulfilling all your needs, bodily needs, your goal of life. Making pleasure, your goal of life. And making long plans for achieving these two goals. Allah is saying, let them do these things. Let the kuffar do these things. What? Run after fulfilling their needs. A Muslim also fulfills their needs. A kafir also fulfills their needs. But there is a major big difference. The purpose of life of a kafir, of a disbeliever, is to fulfill these needs. The purpose of a life of a believer is to listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For that purpose, he does what is required. So, if we make fulfilling our needs our goal of life, this is what we want to do in this world, we are similar to kuffar in that regard, that this is what they do as well. وَيَتَمَتَّعُوا. They run after pleasures. Muslims, they also get pleasures, but within the limits and the boundaries that have been set forth by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a major difference. In their pleasure, they also listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In their happy times, they also listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They only run after those pleasures as much as has been allowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When their pleasures, where running after this world hinders in the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they give it up. The kuffar, their purpose of life is that they will run after the pleasure of this world and forget about everything else. So leave them, keep them doing this, let them do this. وَيُلْهِهِمُ الْأَمَلِ, they're planning long-term plans. So amal, these plans that we make, I will save money, I will buy a car, I will buy a house, I will do this, I will do that, in the matter of deen, these carry a reward. I will start a donation campaign, I will make a masjid. Okay? I will change my schedule in such a way that inshallah I'm going to come to masjid even more. Okay? Towards the obedience to listening to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these plans are praiseworthy, beautiful, a source of reward. For the world, for the things of the world, fulfilling our needs, our desires, our pleasures, our luxuries of life, as long as these plans do not make us forget or neglectful about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are allowed, still not praiseworthy. Allowed, but not praiseworthy. The problem with these plans is that they have a very good chance that if you make these plans, they will make you to some extent forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How is that? Your plans, how do you know if they are making you forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Your ibadat, the things that you are supposed to do today and now, you are forgetting about them. Thinking of big plans, I will do this, I will do that, and forgetting about your today, not doing what you're supposed to do today. For the dunya, you are giving up your deen. For tomorrow's dunya, you are giving up your today's deen. This is that amal which is prohibited, forbidden. Every amal which is worldly, every long-term plan which is towards the world, it has the capacity that it will make you forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and your responsibilities of today. So therefore, it is a dangerous thing, but it is permissible if it does not make you forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These plans will make them forgetful and neglectful about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what this ayah is saying, that وَيُلْهِهِمُ الْأَمَلِ, the kafir, their plans will keep them busy. Allah has given them for this world so that they keep busy, they never think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَسَوْفَ يَعْلَمُونَ, very soon they will know. Very soon they will find out what is the reality, which is the day of judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the people of Quran. Allahumma ja'alna min ahli al-Quran alladhi ahluka wa khassatuk. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim wa tub alayna innaka antat tawwabur rahim. Rabbana la tu'akhidhna in nasina wa akhtana. Rabbana wa la tahmil alayna isran kama hamaltahu ala alladhina min qablina. Rabbana wa la tuhammilna ma la taqata lana bih wa'fu 'anna waghfir lana warhamna anta mawlana fansurna 'ala al-qawmil kafirin. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayr.